guys, welcome to Tarot Divinity. In today's reading, we're gonna take a look at the person on your mind and answer the question of how he feels when he looks at you. So please be aware, this is a general reading. Only take what resonates and leave the rest what doesn't. Please like, subscribe, and if you like the video, please share it to your friends to help this channel grow. So first of all, we have to shuffle some cards and pull cards here for you. Let's go into it.
Take me back to a place where I felt at home. Take me back to a day when we weren't alone. Take me back to an age when the world felt small, way back before we blew it all. Take me back to a place where I felt at home. Take me back to a day when we weren't alone. Take me back to an age when the world felt small, way back before we blew it all. Too many things going on, I can't keep track of them all. From people dropping a bomb to people putting up walls. I feel like life is on hold, perception stuck in a vault. I know that time can heal all, but how much time till we fall? It's awfully chilly outside when there's no shelter to hide. When everything is a lie, you'll find that out in some time. But when the things on your mind are all considered a crime, communication aside, we'll all just fight till we die. Is this an argument or just the start of it? Either way, I don't wanna be a part of it. Can I just get some space? I don't have the heart for this. I can't be picking up the pieces, fixing scars from this. Is this an argument or just the start of it? I wanna drive away so I can be so far from it. I wanna find a place where no one breaks their promises, or maybe drown myself in something that is bottomless. Take me back to a place where I felt at home. Take me back to a day when we weren't alone. Take me back to an age when the world felt small, way back before we blew it all. Take me back to a place where I felt at home. Take me back to a day when we weren't alone. Take me back to an age when the world felt small, way back before we blew it all. I know that things seem bad, but they could be much worse. There's always someone else who has a greater curse, a greater thirst, a hunger, pain, and mercy. Just find whatever you got and try to be thankful first. I wanna feel again, I need a couple friends. I never really understood just how the story ends, but I can feel it's tense, don't know the consequence. The volatility of life, my only confidence. Is this an argument?
So let's see how he feels when he looks at you. I'm kind of getting that feeling if he like he feels ever since he has started this connection with you. It's felt like this new beginning that is opening him up to you. Beautiful opportunities of love. And while maybe outside of his comfort zone, he feels that he's meant to take these steps with you. I'm also having this feeling that he may also look at the pictures of you and find you to be very photogenic, and maybe stare at some photos of you, like when you're not together, and it may bring him a lot of peace. When he looks at you, he does feel a lot of peace. I'm sensing he looks at you, he feels a lot of romance between the two of you. So there's a lot of love he feels towards you, but he also feels like you're very cute but sexy at the same time when he looks at you. So there's this deep attraction he feels, like he can't take his eyes off you. There's something about him not being able to take his eyes off you. And even when things aren't going great in his life, he always feels like he's living such a wonderful world while being with you, while looking at you, while being in your presence, while feeling the love between the two of you. So he feels as though you two can grow together, you can spend together. He feels as though you are fully supportive towards him. And even when the skies are gray, you're that light to him at the end of the tunnel. You truly bring him peace when he looks at you. Make him feel as though his mind can be clear and he can fully be present in the moment with you. I'm getting that also he loves to look into your eyes. And he's also very drawn to your lips. He especially loves it when you wear lipstick or lip gloss, if you do wear makeup. And yeah, he definitely thinks your eyes are beautiful, where he can find to get lost in it. And when he looks at you, he thinks you have a very natural beauty. Although when you do wear makeup, it does accentuate your already natural beauty. Your natural features, okay? He feels very powerful when he looks at you as well. He feels like he can take on the world as you two step into this connection, as you two take steps towards where you want to be. He feels as though he can take on the world. He also thinks that you stand out within your beauty, within your attractiveness or handsomeness, depending on who you are watching this, and stand out in a beautiful way where everyone's eyes on you. But he feels lucky to be with you. Like that's the vibe I'm getting here. Whether you see yourself as standing out on extravagant or not, this is how he feels when he looks at you. He also feels as though he wants to travel with you like queen or king. Maybe he's also open to the idea of children with you in the future, if that's something you have spoken about. Also, when he's around you and when he's looking at you, he feels like always wants to spend a long time with you. So I don't know if you two are together or you are just in a friend zone. It gives me the impression he would rather spend more time alone with you than like have other people around, because he really wants to be present with you, speak to you the most, love you, something about that coming through. There's also something about you being so playful, so carefree, and then that makes him playful and carefree too. And I think he feels free around you. He feels gratitude when he looks at you for the love you two share together, and something about his soul, his intuition, leading him towards you, telling him to take steps towards you, opening up his heart to you. And it's a huge feeling that he can't ignore. He feels as though you are very heavenly, you are very divine. Something about you that takes his breath away when he looks at you, and he feels as though passion within him burns like a flame whenever he looks at you. The passion goes brighter and brighter, and the more and more he looks at you, the more he feels that, and it inspires him within his own life as well. So I'm seeing like when he looks at you, the passion he feels, it inspires him to take steps towards his own life, towards his own evolution, if you will, his own dreams, goals, desires. So you really inspire him to become the better version of himself, is what I see here, to understand himself a lot better, because you understand him wholeheartedly whenever you two are around each other. And when he looks at you, like you're so cute. I also seeing that this feeling of like almost squeeze your cheeks because you're so cute. He likes to hug you and you're just so cute, like cuteness overload. That's what I feel in this energy here. As he looks at you, yeah, like he's really drawn into your eyes, into your lips. When you're talking, he really loves to look at your lips. And when your mouth rests naturally, he really enjoys looking at that and admiring you. And when you're smiling, when you're laughing, it's so contagious to him. So just can't help it but feel happy when you're happy. And when you're excited and playful, it makes him feel that way too. And he feels peace when he's around you. He feels at home. He feels comforted by your presence. He feels like you have a really beautiful smile that lights him up, his whole world. So I do see some extra message here, but before we get into the cards, I'm also seeing that the way you've gone through things in your own life. The way you've gone through things in your own life and gone for your own dreams and goals inspires him. And if he's creative for very few of you, that could be something where he really feels like you motivate him in some way. I also strongly get the feeling here when he looks at you like he sees the divine within you. There's something about pleasure whenever he's with you. I'm also getting maybe he enjoys eating with you, or he just enjoys doing the little pleasurable things, like the little enjoyments of daily life. He really enjoys doing it with you. Also, he might have admired you and like stare at you the whole time with a smile on their face. So I don't know if he physically does that, but he feels like that when he looks at you, he feels like he wants to continuously stare at you and just admire your face and your features. And this Ace of Cups and Ace of Wands here we have confirmed that I said earlier, like ever since he has started this new beginning in love with you, his heart just feels like it's always flowing like he's always going to receive love from you. I feel like this feeling of him looking at you and fully trusting you, fully being open to you, or wanting to open up more and more to you in an emotional level. Even if there was a guard up before, he wants to open up. He wants to go deeper into this love with you. Also, I'm getting that he can't help fall deeply and madly in love with you. Like this is how he feels every time he looks at you. There are a lot of deep feelings here. So this person feels towards you a lot of romance felt, a lot of passion felt, a lot of this feeling of inspiration felt, and like passion towards new beginnings with you and the life you could have together in the future. I also feel this cuddly feeling your person feels towards you, like he wants to cuddle up to you, like you're so cute and soft. I get that feeling, like I don't know if he ever lies on your lap or if you two ever lie on each other, but there's something about you being soft, like he's almost like lying on a cloud whenever he's with you. Whenever you're cuddling together, I'm also getting that he sees you as very beautiful. He sees you as the embodiment of the divine feminine. I think you have a very romantic sense to you in the way that you look, you know what I mean. And he feels like the type of beauty you have makes him want to fall more and more in love with you. He also feels like you have an amazing sense of fashion style. So whenever you two are out together or when you're dressed up nice, he really likes to look at your clothes. But even when you two are at home and just being in comfort together, here tells me he feels a lot of comforting energies around you, like that cute, cuddly, chilled, laid back energy, like watching movies together and things like that. I think he likes that, but when you two are out and dressed up, he really likes to admire the way that you look. I also feel that he wants to open up deeper to you. I know that sounds repetitive, but I see if your person was a little bit closed off or is a little bit guarded. I think they're wanting to get curious as to why that is. And whenever he looks at you, he wants to open up. And if that's something for a specific person, it was nothing to do with you, but just something they're healing within themselves. I see your person has gone through pain in the past. He has gone through pain in the past that were quite challenging, that he's learning to leave behind, that he almost like burn away and release. And when he's around you and more into this love he falls, he feels as though he starts to see those challenges of the past in a different perspective, as though he starts to move on from the past and starts to be in the present moment. I think actually you're teaching him what love truly is, what unconditional love truly is. And he's able to feel like he can move past that and truly be present in the now. Instead onto the pain from the past, and I think he truly feels lucky also when you two have challenges in your connection. Even when you have hurdles, you're able to transform that. See things from different perspective. Get curious towards each other's emotions and learn to work together as a divine couple. Whether you are a couple or not yet, but it's like even if you are not there yet, I see you getting there. And with the magician here, I guess they want to create more of this love with you. Get to create more and more memories with you. More of what they want with you in the future. So that's how he feels when he looks at you. And most importantly, I keep feeling that very playful, happy-go-lucky energy here. And that cute and cuddly energy. So I think that those two energies stand out the most in terms of how he feels when he looks at you. So now he feels deep emotions towards you. As I said before, he really connects to those more vulnerable parts whenever he's looking at you. And with transition here, with the butterfly, here something within him is changing with the butterfly here. Something within him is transforming. He feels as though he's becoming more like himself, more like the better version of himself. The more and more he's with you, you make him feel like he's transforming into a better person, and you make him feel like he's becoming more comfortable with that emotional aspect of self. I'm also saying that if this person is someone that's usually very grounded, usually very rational, and emotions aren't a thing, that is something he's used to. Maybe you are getting him more comfortable with that side of himself. But if not, like where he's more of an emotional person and maybe you're bringing him more of that stable feeling and grounded feeling, then that could be too. So just take it as resonates. But I'm kind of getting that he really feels intuitively drawn to you. And I feel a deep spiritual connection between the two of you. It shows also stability in the love you two share together. It shows that your love connection can last. It has this potential to last. And this is how he feels when he looks at you. He feels like when there are challenges, between the two of you in the hurdles, in the love, you two can overcome it together and persevere through it because the love is worth it in the end. He feels as though he wants to commit to you. He never feels alone when he's with you. I think before he met you, he thought he liked spending time alone, but I think that was sort of like a coping mechanism because he felt like no one around him understood him or really get him. But when you came around, you make him feel less alone. You know, he could have been around people and felt alone, but with you, he doesn't feel that. He feels truly connected with you, and that's the way you make him feel. When he looks at you, he just wants to touch you. He just wants to chat with you, share what's on his mind, and having deep conversation with you. Dive deep in this love. He also loves to hear the sound of your voice when he's looking at you. I'm also sensing that when you two have fights, like he's willing to put his ego aside and say sorry and resolve what you have because you're important to him. But then again, there's this feeling of him wanting to comfort you whenever you're feeling certain emotions, and him also wanting to let go of the past and be here now, be present now. I'm also wanting to say this: his inner child's energy is coming out when he's around you. I kind of get that feeling of this person gets nervous around you, like where they stutter, or like, maybe they practice words in their head, but they feel like they don't say it right. I feel like there's something about you have had trouble communication in the past, where it's like you want to communicate more and they have trouble doing that. You are having a very healing energy towards your person. And whenever you're around him, he feels as though something lifts off of him. They feel like a weight is lifted off of them. They feel lighter. They feel much better every time they see you. So there's something about your connection being extremely spiritual, being extremely enlightening and healing for the both of you, helping both of you liberate yourselves from things that happened in the past, things that have hurt you or wounded both of you. Get rid of the energetic debris, and it's you two, sort of. Your person, whenever he looks at you, he feels as though you are the first person to have ever made him feel this way. There's a lot of romance here that's felt when he looks at you. When he looks at you, he also highly feels attracted to you. Like, oh my gosh, every time he looks at you, it feels like things just escalate fast, where he feels this rush of passion towards you, attraction towards you. I feel like heavily stares at you, and then sometimes like wants to kiss you, wants to intimate with you. But I feel like sometimes he holds back because he doesn't want to make it, I'm trying to say, he wants to make you feel special and loved first. He almost feels seduced by you, but you don't even do anything to seduce him. And he feels like a lot of pleasure when he looks at you. Like just looking at you, spending time with you is pleasurable. Even if you two are doing nothing actually together, it's always fun and exciting. And he feels like that passion towards you is constant. Even if you two have been together for many years or a few months, doesn't matter. There's a lot of passion that's felt when he looks at you. He thinks like you have a very seductive look to you. He thinks your eyes are so sexy, like you have these siren eyes or very sultry eyes. Whenever he looks at you, like 100 out of 10, you break the scale in terms of like what he would rate. I do see a lot more things here, but before I get into that, I do want to ask you a small favor. If you've gotten to this part of the reading, please like, subscribe this channel, and share it to your friends if you like it. So let's just continue. So I'm not just saying this, it's very coming through. You have a Venusian type of beauty to you, where you are very conventionally attractive and your person feels very lucky to be with you. Not just because of your looks, but I'm seeing your looks are a cherry on top because you also have a very beautiful heart. So guys, this reading is finished. Hope you enjoyed this reading. Please like, subscribe, and press the subscribe button and share it to your friends. Bye bye till another one.